Hey, yo, we locked in. It's due season. It's your boy Carl Anthony, and welcome to the Man Cave Night Edition, I guess. Nah, but hit the like button, subscribe, all those good things, prompts, before I get into the video at hand. But I want to talk about dating in today's day and time. Okay, now, full disclaimer, I am not a single man. I'm married. So, I'm speaking, from, past experience, and then also from, I cut hair, so a lot of my guys talk to me about their situations, my brother, they're still on the dating scene. But you got to understand in this day and age is that the pool of women these days are much more different now than they were, say, about 15, 20 years ago. Over the years, just gradually, things have been morphing into this new dichotomy that we have going on when it comes to the male and female dynamics. Women, through the feminist movement and equality movements and things like that, have morphed into more alpha presences in our culture today. Sometimes for the good, but a lot of times for the bad. We are now getting out of place with how things should be in the world. You know what I'm saying? We are now out of place as far as what men should be, what women should be. And I'm not speaking about sexual orientation or anything like that. I'm just speaking in general about our positions. Men and women are not equal, okay? And I don't mean like men are better than women or women are better than men. I'm saying we're not equal because we're different, okay? Now, there are certain things that should be equal when it comes to men and women. When it comes to if you're holding a job, you have the same credentials that I have. You're doing the same job. You're doing it just as well, or even better maybe. But you should be getting paid the same, not less because you're a woman. That is discriminatory. I'm totally with women getting equal pay for the, equal standard, right? Now, I know I don't want to go too far off track, but if you think about this, a lot of the WNBA players feel like they should be getting paid more because the men are getting paid what they're getting paid. But let's just be honest and real about it. Nobody's watching the WNBA as much. They don't have sold out crowds at every game. They're not on primetime television. They don't generate as much revenue. There is no possible way for them to get the same equal pay as the men. So it doesn't add up, right? It just doesn't add up. And the minute we can, be honest about those situations, the better off we'll be, because you'll understand that, okay, everything is not meant to be the same, okay? Some actors get paid more money than other actors not because they're better actors, but because when they star in a certain movie, it draws a certain box office, right? So when Will Smith was on his streak of #1 movies and hit movies that were doing numbers, he was one of the highest paid actors, okay? Now you got people like The Rock. The Rock is on fire. He's probably the highest paid actor right now. It just is what it is, okay? Now, going back to the dating scene, a lot of women these days are, more educated than men, especially in the black culture. In the black culture, women outnumber men in college, I think 10-3 or something crazy like that. So education disparity in the black community amongst men and women is so different. Men are more likely to be in jail. And you got to just look at the situations. In black culture, if you're raised, by a single mother, then your views will be skewed by the person you was raised by. Okay, and that goes for men and women. Like a lot of men, we're in the blue pill simp form because we were raised by our mothers, and they didn't know how to teach us to be alpha. Okay, they didn't know how to teach us to be the type of men that we need to be. Therefore, they also didn't really know how to teach the girl to be the type of woman that they should be either, because you need both parents in the household to have a balance of, parenting, a parental balance that you can only get from a two-parent household, right? So when you look at the landscape of dating, you got, women are acting like men. They're less guarded about their body count. They're more liberal and free about sex. They're more vulgar and boisterous than ever before. And they have certain expectations and standards of men that are shaped by, rap culture. Things they hear from people like Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj and things like that about, being a hot girl and, what type of dudes they want to date, scammers and drug dealers and, the non-traditional type of man, right? So you're coming up against a lot these days as a man. And therefore, with men being more blue pill in nature nowadays than ever before, women are just getting away with a lot of things. And women are turning into the males. And they got side dudes just like men have had side women and things like that, and it's just kind of different. Like the virtuous woman that you may have thought that was around in the years of your grandparents and your mother, it's not quite like that anymore. I don't know if you guys watch Soul Immortal from Immortal Minds YouTube channel. He talks about dating the 5% woman, like the top 5%, and how that's the only woman that you should, really get in a relationship with, okay? Now, who you choose to just lay down with, that's on you, but you got to remember, soul ties are real, and, if you got a woman that's just, loose with things that she does, you are taking on the spirits of everybody that she slept with. And she's taking on the spirits of everybody you slept with. So it just is what it is. But you gotta understand, man, when you're navigating these waters, right? As a man right now, you should really just be depending on how old you are. And really, no, it doesn't depend on how old you are. Depending on where you are in life, if you're successful right now and you have your financial house in order and things like that, then, dating could be something that you add to your life. You can date. But men, if you haven't seen any of my videos, young fella, if you're 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 and and you still haven't gotten it together financially, you still haven't found your purpose, you still haven't, figured some of your life out, why are you dating? Why? And I'm sure you got needs. I know you feel like you need to have sex, and you want the companionship of a woman. Understandably, if you're heterosexual, I know that's what you want. It's natural, but sometimes you got to deny that. You got to deny those desires so that you can get on your purpose for real, and so that you can really figure out life and get to where you need to go. The minute you start, engaging in sex and sharing your time with different women and taking them out, and you're distracted from your purpose, right? So, I'm working on something, man, because I'm trying to. My son is 13, about to be 14, and he got some traits about him that are, he got some social anxiety, and and it's a lot going into that situation because he's had a lot of trauma in his life from his mother and things like that I'm not really going to go into in this video, but so I'm working through those things with him, but I'm working on some things, some kind of curriculum or whatever that I can teach him in a different way, because I think sometimes I try to teach him to be confident and to be to try to get him to not chase females and things like that, and so that he won't grow up thinking that simp life is the way to go. If I can catch him early before he starts, making these wild decisions about women and how he chooses to chase them and let them distract him from his real purpose. If he can grasp that concept now, he'll be a lot better off. He'll be able to, when it is time to date and it is time to entertain women in a certain way, he will be equipped with the mental capacity to handle all that a woman brings to the table and doesn't bring to the table. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Fellas, you got to understand that, pay attention. Pay attention to the things you see. Look at the number of women, that got an OnlyFans link in their bio, that have, twerk videos and all kind of stuff going on. It's growing at a rapid pace, and now you got even, people like Beyonce talking about it in songs. And women are now so, unafraid to, not necessarily about being afraid, but so coy about, showing off their body and being sexually liberated. And you're dealing with a different kind of woman, man. Some women just, they want to be just like men. They want to just, it's like the roles are really reversing. And you got to take a hold of that, man. Just be careful out there, for real. And I'm just telling you this because, if you get taken advantage of a woman early in life, you don't want that to damage you. You don't want that to damage you and how you feel and how you move. And then you're damaged goods when it comes to a woman that actually is worth it. Maybe the 5% woman that actually is worth your time and worth your, your energy expenditure. You know what I'm saying? That may not be the case for a lot of women. Just like high value men are not, plentiful. They're not plentiful. A lot of them are taken already. So, just like it's hard to find a high value woman, it's hard to find a high value man if you are a woman. And so these are the things you got to understand. So equip yourself with everything that you need so that this won't affect you negatively. You know, you gotta understand your standards, what you're willing to accept and not accept, and hold firm on that, man. Don't just get lost in the sauce. Don't just get caught up in the big butts and the thick thighs and the voluptuousness of the women that you love and that you like. Like, don't get caught up in that. That stuff is fleeting, because it all can change. A few extra steak burgers and things like that, and all that can go to the wayside. So never get caught up in a big butt and a smile. You gotta keep focused, man. You gotta stay on your path and your purpose, and choose wisely in who you date. Stop being so like wayward with your thinking. Seriously, a lot of men, we ain't being taught stuff like that. We're not being taught to be choosy. You know what I'm saying? Be choosy. Feel like you're the prize too. If she's a prize, you're a prize as well. You got to believe that. And she has to have some value and add some value to your life. If she doesn't add value to your life, why are you with her? Period. Simple as that. It's my video, man. And I'll see you later. Peace.